Hello besties, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In these past few days I had some thoughts about certain topics and came up with a few opinions that might be kinda hard to swallow for some of you. These are just personal opinions that you can obviously disagree with, and if you do, feel free to tell me why in the comments. Without further ado, let's get into the video. You all bully Wonyoung but still wish for your faves to become the next Wonyoung cause she's the standard of it girl and you know it. Every now and then a female idol debuts and their stans start calling her the future 4th gen it girl and the next Wonyoung, talking about how this girl will surpass Wonyoung's popularity and influence. And the fact that the first person you think about is Wonyoung just goes to show she's the definition of it girl. These people nitpick the hell out of Wonyoung and hate her for breathing, which is pretty funny because no matter how much you hate her, you can't deny nobody is touching her in terms of popularity, and you just wish for your faves to have even just half as much relevancy as she does. These stans bring Wonyoung down, but they know Wonyoung is the standard, even if they will never admit it. It's not brands that are supposed to promote idols, it's the other way around. Every time some idols get a brand deal, there's always someone who starts complaining about how the brand is not promoting the idol enough, maybe because they are not marketing the idol enough. And I just think it's absurd because it's actually supposed to be idols who promote brands, not brands that promote idols. Idols should be talking about the brand, using its products, showcasing these products, and that's how the brand will grow thanks to the idols. But brand deals have never been about a brand promoting the idol and making them more famous. This literally makes no sense because what would a brand even gain from it? I'm kinda tired of people not understanding how brand deals work, and I just wish they stopped complaining. TikTok challenges are starting to feel forced and get repetitive. Don't get me wrong, it's fun seeing idols interacting, especially those who are actually friends. It's nice seeing them dancing to each other's songs, but I liked it better back when this was a spontaneous thing that happened naturally. But nowadays TikTok challenges feel contrived, almost like something that you must do in every comeback, making challenges with as many idols as you can during the promotional period, which feels redundant. Most of these people don't even know each other, and so you can't even fully enjoy their interactions because everything is just so awkward, especially when it comes to male and female idols together, because they always act careful so that shippers will not start dating rumors, which results in the interactions reducing to the bare minimum and the idols just dancing side by side without even looking at each other. I mean, there are some challenges that are pretty entertaining, but I wish it didn't become a requirement. The hate Wonhee gets is yet another proof that your concern for minors is only performative. Wonhee wasn't even one of my picks, but what the hell guys, I don't understand why you feel the need to keep on attacking her. I get it, she's young and you didn't want minors to debut. She isn't as talented as some other contestants and she needs to improve, but let's be honest, what do you think could possibly change if you attack her? It's not like she will be removed from the group. You're literally wasting your time, and you're just proving once again that your concern for minors is only performative. Even if you don't agree with minors debuting, this doesn't give you the right to harass them for becoming idols. You could simply not support them and leave them alone. If you think they're untalented and have mediocre talents, just remember they are young and have plenty of room to improve. All in all, I know for sure most of you don't care about minors' well-being as you claim, because if you did, you would just choose not to stan minors, without attacking them in the process. Speaking of Are You Next, we really didn't need yet another group hype. Don't get me wrong, these girls worked hard and I'm glad they were able to make their dream of debuting come true. 3 of my main picks made it into the lineup and I'm pretty happy, but this whole show was a mess. It felt low budget, the judges were basically useless and the public had little to no say in who could debut or not. It was such a poorly organized show that honestly felt pretty rushed and unnecessary. Hype didn't need another show. They didn't need another group, yet here we are. I just hope the girls will not fade into the background and get overshadowed by New Jeans, Lee Seraphim and Hype's future groups. The only reason project groups exist is for the members to re-debut in future groups. This might seem obvious to some of you, but there are so many people who still don't seem to understand. Project groups will never become permanent because the sole reason they exist is for future groups to be created around the members. That's the whole point. A project group doesn't really have that much importance in itself. It's just a step leading to the actual big deal, which is re-debuting its members with the hope of creating a group that will surpass the project group in success and popularity. This doesn't always happen. But every company hopes that one day they'll be able to have a group like LE SSERAFIM and IVE in their hands. I also have to add that I find it pretty funny when people use this as a drag, saying things like, the only purpose of IVE was to re-debut Youjin and Wonyoung. Well yeah, that's the whole point. It ain't the drag you think it is because Youjin and Wonyoung literally participated in Produce 48 just so they could re-debut with a future group under their company, just like every other survival show trainee. It's pretty obvious, but some of you are literally so detached from reality that you can't seem to grasp such a simple concept. Just because idols haven't done anything problematic, it doesn't mean they're unproblematic people. What I mean is that people have to stop bragging about their faves being so unproblematic because they've never had a scandal. Because it's kinda ridiculous for you to think they're automatically good people just because they've never done anything wrong in front of the cameras. For all we know, our faves could be awful people. We don't know idols and how they really are. So it's very naive and also extremely pathetic how some of you brag about your faves being unproblematic. Yes, maybe they never had any scandal and they've never been caught doing something bad, but this doesn't automatically mean they're angels. And you should act normal about them instead of glorifying them and saying things like, OMG, my faves are literally the most unproblematic group ever. My bias is not problematic at all and they're actually a good person. Like, just shut up. We absolutely do not need 1,000 remixes of a song. Yes, I'm looking at you, LE SSERAFIM. Like, why? Nobody even likes remixes anyway. And also, it makes no sense getting all of these random features with Western artists. Who cares? Just give the group another song instead. Everyone would prefer having a new track instead of 10,000 remixes of the same one. Please just stop. Stop having crazy expectations over Youjin and leave her alone. Before LE SSERAFIM debuted, each member released an individual teaser, and in her teaser Youjin said she was gonna change the K-pop industry. And so many of you took it literally and are seriously expecting her to change it. I've heard many people talking about how she is not changing the industry, and I mean, that's pretty much obvious. But you shouldn't have put so many expectations on her in the first place. One person alone cannot change the industry, and I wish you stopped talking about how Youjin isn't changing it because it's pretty unrealistic for her to do so. Just leave her alone instead of expecting her to do something impossible and then complaining about how she isn't able to do it. There's no such thing as a song not deserving an award if it meets the required criteria to win. I'm tired of people saying this or that song did not deserve Song of the Year and things like that. It didn't deserve the award according to you. But go and read the criteria for every award show. SADI is based on streams, charting, MV views, album sales and music show wins, which are all things that reflect the impact a song had on the general public throughout the year. So I'm tired of people just saying how they don't think a certain song should have won. The numbers speak for themselves. Also, it's super annoying because you all literally bring up songs from like 10 years ago, and what the hell? Just move on already. Like I said, the numbers speak for themselves, and maybe it's time to stop thinking everything revolves around your opinions. With that being said, this is the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts about these hard-to-swallow opinions if you'd like. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching till the end. Bye guys.